share this live. All right, y'all share this live, and please thank you for coming in. And y'all make sure that you share and like. I even have subscription over here now, you guys. That's going to be something where I do some extended, you guys, for y'all. And those extendeds will be in a link for you guys to, y'all be the only ones to see, okay? I'm going to be doing some classes, all right? And it will be a way for you to get more information, and also a way for you to get some more healing in, okay? I'll be doing classes over here from time to time, all right? So if you're interested in subscribing, make sure you do, okay? Grand Rising, everyone. Thank you so much for the likes, y'all. I'm sorry I'm running a little late today. I was down at the gym and I didn't realize what time it was. And I had to get back up here and get myself together and everything. So I'm sorry that we're a little late. And then I wanted to come over and give y'all that channel message on The Awakened Empress. If you don't follow me over on The Awakened Empress and you're new here, please make sure you do The Awakened Empress 33. I do spiritual guidance over there, tarot readings over there, coaching over there. So if you're new here, welcome. Absolutely. Thanks for coming on in. Thank you for becoming a member of my team, KC. I appreciate that. Thank you for coming on in, Grace, okay? So we are currently reading Vibrate Higher Daily by Lailah, Delia, okay? Helping you to learn how to live in your power, helping you to understand what your awakening is doing for you. Even though it may seem like you're unsure about some things, when you're going through this awakening, people around you may not be awakening, so you're kind of feeling alone, unsure of who you can talk to, who you can trust, because you're waking up to the people around you and you're seeing them for who they are. And you're realizing, I don't know if I can really trust these folks. And you're cutting off people and stuff of that nature. Well, this book is talking to you about that process. And this book is helping to give you a better understanding about what you need to do in order to continue to vibrate higher so that the right energy is coming toward you, okay? Please don't stop liking the live, you guys. Make sure that you guys send your daily heart me's and even some gifts if you feel prone to do that, all right? I know that y'all be into the reading and the understanding of what I'm talking about, but it's very important for y'all to continue to like the live because it gets other people to come in. Also, this is a space for me to try to grow, okay? So if y'all can send your daily heart me's, if you can continue to like the live, if you can continue to send gifts, I appreciate it, okay? All of that pushes me into the algorithm for more people to come in and be a part of our community, okay? So we are on page 91 in the book again, Vibrate Higher Daily. I hope some of you guys have gotten the book. I know some of you guys have gotten the book, okay? And I hope that it's really helping you understand where you are in the process of vibrating higher, okay? We are going to start with effect on the body, vibration, and its effect on the body. I feel like we got into a little bit of this in the last chapter, but we stopped here on page 91, okay? We did talk about Royal Raymond Rife, who claimed in the 1930s that diseased cells vibrate and heal at certain frequencies. We were getting down here at the bottom where they were talking about eating a better diet and how it affects you um, in your life and how it helps you to vibrate higher daily. Okay. Um, I think that we actually finished that. But let's go back a little bit. The bottom paragraph here. Would you love to vibrate higher and not feel dull? Eat healthy foods. A sign at the natural market where I stopped shop stated that wait for it. Only 9% of adults eat their daily fruits and vegetables. 9%. We have to do better, people. Start seeing healthy foods as vibrational energy. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Where are we? We have to do better, people. Start seeing healthy foods as vibrational energy with superpowers, because that's what they are. Musicians have found healing benefits of certain vibrations. For instance, musicians, mystic, and healer Inayat Khan, who helped introduce Sufism to the West in the early 20th century, recognized the importance and impact that music has on our vibrational frequency, as has contemporary musician Stephen Halpern, who also explores the healing properties of music and sound on the human mind, body, and vibrational field. The impact that vibes have on us. Your thoughts have an effect on your hormones. When you're feeling the vibration of love, your brain produces oxytocin. When you're happy, you produce serotonin. When you're feeling pleasure and gratification, dopamine. When you feel the vibration of fear or stress and your fight or flight response kicks in, cortisol levels spike. All of these chemicals affect the body's well-being in various ways. Your body is paying close attention to your vibration and your thoughts. Early on my path of becoming aware of how vibrational awareness can impact my physical body, I was able to combat and heal a life-threatening physical illness with alternative plant medicine and herbs. It's said in some spiritual and healing traditions that our issues are in our tissues. Until we release them, meaning people carry their burdens, pain, and limited thinking in their bodies. Medical science has shown this. We have a different look and energy when we are worn down and defeated by life versus when we're overcoming and thriving in it. I give one answer when I'm asked what my secret for looking so youthful or radiant at my age. I vibrate higher daily. When we honor and nurture our vibration, our body rewards us by vibrating higher in health, well-being, and even radiant physical appearance. That's the best beauty secret I've found. But I did not always know this or live by it. This is so true. Because when you're in or around an environment where it is low vibing, if you take a look at some of the people, they look like they're older than their age. And it's because they've been through a lot. But not that people who don't vibrate higher haven't been. It's just that they've realized the secret of less stress and stuff of that nature. Being able to exercise daily and eat the foods that's good for your body, you see the difference in people who have been through some things and people who have learned to vibrate higher daily. Because if you're eating in a neighborhood, like I always like to say, I always like to point out, if you look in the daggone project neighborhoods or you look in the cities where everything's supposed to be convenient, if you look in the certain neighborhoods where it's ghetto, there's fried everything everywhere, okay? There's not really good grocery stores that people can get to, and if they can get to them, they really have to drive to get to them out in the county that sell the healthier foods. There is no Whole Foods on the corner. or a mom's or something like this. They don't want the inner city people vibrating higher daily. It's all a setup, okay? So they have KFC here, McDonald's across the street, then they got Burger King, Taco Bell, all the fast food, okay? Knowing that if you're bogged down with all that grease and all that stuff, you're not going to be able to think straight. You're not going to be able to think thoroughly. And all that does is generate disease in our body. And so people that have always grown up around that, that's all they know. Same for me. But I was always given a gift of growing plants. And I've always wanted to have a garden. So I started growing my own foods. I started growing my own vegetables, fruits. I had my kids helping working in the garden with me so that they could understand how important it was for us to know what to eat, okay? When you don't have access to that stuff, that's why they don't mind giving the mom who has 4 or 5 kids $1,000 worth of food stamps, because they know that that mom is probably, living in the ghetto somewhere or somewhere where it's not very nice, and that they're going to go and buy whatever junk and stuff and fill their cabinets with that. It is a continuous cycle, okay, that we have to learn how to break and think higher for our families and for ourselves, okay? Thank you for the follows. There's nothing wrong with doing that when you don't know better. But when you know better, you have to get out of the way that you were raised. You can still eat the same foods, but you need to learn how to fix them differently. You need to learn how to prepare them differently and also show your kids the same thing. Now, this music just cut off, and I don't know if it's because it disconnected itself from the internet. Give me a second here, y'all. But either way, it's important for you to understand the way that food affects your way of thinking, the way that your body looks, the way that your skin looks, the way that everything is perceived by you. It's about what you're putting into your body. Your spirit lies in your body. So if you're putting junk into it, your spirit's going to feel like junk. You're not going to want to get up and go do things. You're going to want to sit in the same space and just do whatever, okay? Turn on the boob tube or, sit in front of the computer or whatever. It's a trap for those people who don't understand that your food affects everything. It affects everything from the time you get up in the morning to the time that you go to bed at night. It's very important to be intentional about what you're putting in your body. All right? I'm sorry about that. Y'all know I be going off on a tangent sometime. Okay. Okay, she said that. I read that. It's said in some spiritual and healing traditions. I read that too. We were over here. Medical science has shown this. We have a different look and energy when we're worn down and defeated by life versus when we're overcoming and thriving in it. Okay, we give one answer for the beauty. What's more, the vibration of your thoughts governs your body's expressions, facial muscles, and reactions. When you become angry, you frown or furrow your brow. When happy, you smile or laugh. When charmed, you blush. When excited or frightened, your heart rate increases. When nervous or anxious, your stomach may ache. When stressed, your chest and breath may tense up. And when sad and distressed, your body produces tears. Your body is continually responding to the vibration of your thoughts and emotions. Thoughts create physical actions and responses in the body. Your vibration and the vibration of what you consume creates an energy field that affects your health, consciousness, outer experiences, and overall state of being. This was the case with my overstimulated nervous system as a child, my health crisis in my 20s, and eventually my healing journey through vibrational-based living. The next chapter is called Soul Work, and we're on page 94. I feel like we're going to go to page 95, you guys. I'm I'm going to read the end of that since there's a period then. We're going to answer one of the self-assessment questions, okay? I hope you guys are enjoying the reading, and I hope that it is giving you some insight, okay? What I've learned and relearned so very often is this. Certain things in our daily lives support us, heal us, and open our lives up in a whole new way. These things nurture the seeds of transformation within and help them to germinate, take root, and grow. Think of a plant, okay? We were just talking about growing our own fruits and vegetables, okay? They need time to germinate. Then they need time for the roots to grow because you got to plant the roots. The roots need to grow down a little bit before it starts to show above the ground, okay? Just like you. To make this happen, make a pact with yourself to recognize and seek out what nourishes, nurtures, restores, and inspires you. When you make this pact, you move beyond a mentality of things happen to me and then I react, and into one of things happen around me and then I respond on my own higher terms, okay? The outside environment is always going to be there and it's beyond your control, but you can choose what you give your attention and power to and how you respond. I always talk about that in our lives too. It really is up to you on how you respond to something that you're dealing with. If as soon as something goes wrong, if you decide, oh my God, you're going to panic, then things are not, you're not going to be able to think clearly. But the more calm you stay, the more answers will come to you, the more solutions will come to you, and you can move on your path, okay, without constantly being fight or flight, okay? Some people realize the power of vibration and respond in ways that affect the world positively, and some respond in ways that affect the world negatively and destructively. On the one side, you have the peacemakers, heroes, and positive change agents. On the other, you have those who cause chaos, dis-ease, distraction, and harm for their own gain at the expense of everyone else. Low vibrational stimuli are so woven into our society and culture that they are nearly invisible. Like, people are so used to it. That's what I was saying. I don't know what live I was in. I be on so many. But I was talking about how people are so used to the American system here, where hearing about a school pew-pewing is normal, like for once a week for it to happen. Like, it doesn't even bother people anymore. But when it first started, people were so much in panic. They were making bulletproof book bags. They were making metal detectors. I got the chills so bad right now. Metal detectors in the schools. They were starting to check the kids when they came in. And now people have gotten so used to it, it's like it doesn't even bother people anymore. And that's exactly what this is talking about, that they're nearly invisible. The ways of how we're so used to how, oh, that's normal, or going to a mall and not knowing if you're going to leave it alive. People have found that it's, oh, well, that's just America. That's not how it's supposed to be, though, okay? As a human race, we've become more and more desensitized to them. Many people don't question the norm, but vibrating higher daily will mean questioning such things as the quality of education system. And look at that. When we talk about that over here in America, Chester Cheetah closed the Department of Education and is putting it under small businesses or some shit like this here. Yes, I do curse. So you may not like this channel if you don't want to hear that. But you think about that. Like, where our children already are pretty behind when it comes to education over here in the United States. And then this knucklehead gets in the damn office and closes the Department of Education. What? Like, who does that? Okay? So yes, people are not seeing things for what they really are a lot of the time, okay? Okay, let me go back. But vibrating higher daily will mean questioning such things as the quality of the education system, the entertainment industry, social media, the food system, and all the things that influence society. And that's exactly what you do. When you start waking up, you're like, why is this like this? And this is exactly why a lot of celebrities are falling right now, because people are starting to see their master falling off. People are waking up and realizing how there's so many corrupt celebrities, politicians. I feel like we've always known that politicians were corrupt, but we didn't really feel like we could do anything about it. But now people are waking up and realizing, yes, we can, okay? But when it comes to social media and the entertainment industry and the food system here in America, it's crazy, okay? Like, why is a football player making $10.5 million dollars and the teacher can barely make ends meet? That goes to show you what we put at a more, a higher value, okay? The food system and all the things that influence society and you every day. Raising the vibration of who and what influences society brings about a better world for all. And that's what's happening now. This could look like cultural progress among all races, societal healing, healthier options for all people, and more peace and higher purpose operating in the world. This is soul work. Okay, and this last part is called Your Consent. We're on page 95. You have not given consent to so much of what is influencing you negatively in the world, and surely to what is harming your health, and yet the influence and harm are happening. In my opinion, this is an uncool and not okay as it gets. This is vibrational violation. A silent dissonance allows this to be so and continue. But this can and is changing, especially through paths such as vibrational awareness and vibrational-based living. Know that you can give consent to yourself. Allow yourself to be happier, to create boundaries, to say no, to spend time the way you choose, to decide what holds your attention, to do what makes you vibrate higher and feel like yourself again. Because we have so many systems in place that want to control us. The other week, last week, the week before, the church was under, well, they're always under scrutiny, but the one I'm talking about is the one that Marvin Sapp runs, okay? This man decided that he was going to tell the ushers to lock the doors and don't let anybody out until we get $40,000. Excuse me? I don't know why so many people stayed and actually did it, but that's the control of the systems that we're talking about. So many things have gotten away from the actual meaning. Like, food is supposed to be nutritious, and now they're engineering food. Excuse me? Okay? And now our schools, okay? They're supposed to be educational. And then they made this No Child Left Behind Act. And so they were just passing people. They didn't care if they had D's and F's or whatever. They was just letting them skip on right on through. They didn't care. They didn't care if your child could read or not. They was just going, okay, yeah, we don't want them to feel some type of way. Their friends are moving on and they got to stay back. So what? Did they earn it? When did we get to the point where I made one of my children stay back, because looking at their report card, I was like, oh, hell no, you repeating this grade. And that child was mad at me, still mad at me about that. Okay, I don't care. I don't care. I was not going to allow you to have D's and F's and E's or whatever they were giving them up there in Pennsylvania. And you didn't know nothing from the last year. I'm sorry, what? Our school systems. And then we have all the other systems that we're dealing with, that they try to put these rules on us, and we're just supposed to be okay with it. But I remember the Constitution saying, we the people. So when did we get to this, that the systems are trying to control us instead of us controlling the systems? I myself, and see, this is why I be getting so censored on my my podcasts and my other channels that I have here on TikTok is because I speak my mind and I speak the truth, and people don't want me waking people up. Okay? That's the problem. And I'm sorry, but God told me to speak that truth, Stacey. And whatever I do, whatever channel I'm on, that's what I'm going to do. Because there are people who haven't not gotten someone to sit down and say, have you ever thought about this? Have you ever thought about that? Do you know that the food is healing? That's your medicine. Do you know that the herbs and the food that you eat are supposed to heal you, not give you disease? Did you know that? Huh? Did you know that there's so many things that you could do in this world? You could do traveling. They don't want us to get the information. They got all these grants and loans in this government system where they're supposed to help small businesses or help people gain. They got all this information. It's about a 250-page application for you to get the money because they see what you're trying to do, but they want to know everything. I don't believe anyone sits there and looks at every part of your application. They try to hide information. Watch out for the bills that they put out because they be trying to slip amendments in those bills. Whenever they have a new bill that they're putting out here in the United States, you guys, you best believe that there's a senator or somebody trying to slip in something that will make it better for them and not for the people. We have to wake up, folks, okay? And the only way that we can do that is to do this. Talk to each other. Each one, reach one, teach one. That's how it's supposed to go, okay? It's not supposed to be letting them divide us because that's exactly what they want to do. They want to divide us so that we don't come together in groups, even though it's a legal right for us to assemble. But they're trying to take away that too, okay? So that we can give each other information that will help us grow and prosper, okay? Don't fall for it, people. Please, really get into who is in your city council. Start on the local. We have to start on the local stuff, not on stuff that's at the bigger, okay? There's nothing wrong with looking at the bigger stuff. You should. But understand that it starts locally first. You need to be informed. You need to seek out people who are leaders who are not scared of the truth. What's his name? Cory Booker? Oh my God. I love that man, okay? He's really out there preaching to people the truth. He is one person that's in politics that I do follow because there's not many at all, okay, that I deal with when it comes to politics. But that system's about to crash, okay? All of the governmental systems, all of the systems that they have in the world that are no fair, like the credit system here in America. I don't even know why they came up with that. I do, because it was to keep people small, that they wanted to remain small. And it's worked. It's worked. So, but there's a change coming. And we have to be people who are willing to push forward that change and open our mouths and talk about it, okay? Now, I could go on about this, but we're going to go to page 36, and we're going to take a look at the self-assessment questions, okay? And do, I think we were on number 4. All right. It's on number 37. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the heart me now. Exactly. All right. Thank y'all so much for coming in. All right. So, okay, for the self-assessment question on 37, for what didn't serve you well? What corrective measures can you take? My music coming back on all of a sudden, y'all. I guess you guys needed to hear that without music in the background that we were talking about, okay? For what didn't serve you well, what corrective measures can you take? So, for myself, what didn't serve me well? When I was younger, now we talk about, on here, if you're new here, we talk about healing trauma as well. All right. This is where the Social Seeds podcast originally started, was to talk with people about healing their trauma so that they can vibrate higher daily. All right. Social Seeds is brought to you by Blossom and Grow, which is my nonprofit that I run to help people who are survivors of trauma to live a more purpose-driven, healthier lifestyle, healing that trauma that they feel like they've healed from, but that they just swept underneath the rug and just moved forward as if it never happened. If you don't heal that trauma, you're going to keep repeating the same cycles that your mama did, that your grandmama did, that their mama did. You're going to bring it to your kids. And I myself was someone who was operating in a space from trauma and didn't know that I needed to heal that before I had children, okay? So I have gone through some experiences where I put it out there for people to be able to understand and be transparent about my journey, my spiritual healing journey, so that they can understand that they can do it too. Okay, no matter how old you are, it doesn't matter. Remember, you wake up when you're supposed to, not when you think you're supposed to, but when God says it's time, okay? And we don't care about it if it's Jesus or Buddha or Allah or source or universe. We don't care over here. Okay? Just as long as you know it's God. I myself have gone through some abusive relationships, and it asked what the corrective measures that I take. I got myself out of those, even though it's been rough with 4 kids. As they were growing up, I left when I knew that there was nothing more that I could do in that relationship. I got counseling for my family. They were much younger. I got counseling for us. And I'm a social worker, you guys. I've been a social worker for over 20 years, okay? And I made sure that I understood what I needed to learn from that. And what I needed to learn was I wasn't valuing myself. I was letting people walk all over me, including family. I had to cut them off too. I wasn't valuing myself as a person. Other people saw my value, but I didn't until Spirit started to wake me up. And I realized that I was giving, and draining myself, and no one was pouring back into me. So those are the corrective measures that I took. I started pouring back into myself so that I could live a more well-balanced, peaceful life, purpose-driven. And now my purpose is to help those who have gone through some of the similar things that I've gone through in my past as a child, as a teenager, as a young adult, to be able to tell you it doesn't matter what you've been through. Like, all that matters in the end is what's in your heart, okay? And Spirit knows that. It doesn't matter the mistakes that you've made, but what you have to understand is being able to want to change, to give yourself a break, knowing that you didn't know any better, but you want to do better. And when you do better, when you do know better, that you actually do better, okay? Understanding that there's a time for everything. You're not going to wake up when someone else does. You're not supposed to be enlightened to something that someone else is supposed to be enlightened to at the same time. It's not your purpose. Your purpose is your purpose. What you went through is what you went through. You may have gone through the same thing as someone else, but you didn't experience it the same. No one's story is the same. And the reason why that is because there's different people that need to be talked to and touched in this world to let you know what? Let me tell you something. It's going to be all right. I know right now it may not look like it, but I promise you, you're not going to stay in this space if you keep moving forward. Some people get so stuck in the past on what happened and what someone did to them, said to them, how they treated them, not realizing you yourself have some faults and flaws too. So try not to judge other people by what they did to you, but understand that that was a soul that was hurt, and they never got over it, but you did. Do you know how wonderful that is? That you actually decided, I'm not going to act like how you act because you're bitter and salty or whatever we want to call it. I'm going to still be the loving, compassionate person. You making that choice, you don't know how big that is for God. Because then God can use you, okay? But if you decide that, well, I'm going to be mean, grumpy, and evil because of what people did to me in the past, and you just let it fester and fester and fester, there's no way that you're going to be able to move on to a more place of peace. Once you find out those things that you need to let go of, and people, let them go. Let them go. It might not feel good, but I promise you, after you realize that it wasn't doing you any good, you'll be able to relax more, okay? I heard that now, Positive Light. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the follows, and thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate y'all. We are going to continue this. I am going to bring up one more day of Social Seeds, and it's going to be on Sundays, you guys. And that'll be usually when I have a guest on the show. The lady that was supposed to be on last Sunday has reached out to me. Family is doing better. She did have a family emergency. And family's doing better, and we're going to be doing the Social Seeds this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She's in California, so I need to, understand her time. But we are going to be talking about the Billionaire Aura. It's a book that she has written, and she's talking about how to vibrate on that billionaire aura vibration, okay? She's also a spiritual coach. We met here on TikTok. Her name is Trusting Tammy here on TikTok, and she's amazing energy, and I can't wait to get you guys either to get the ebook, because we're going to read it. We're going to go over it. I have a copy of it already. We're going to go over it together. And we're going to really pull in and manifest that billionaire aura. When you become free, and it's not about becoming rich. It's about being free so that you can do what you want to do with your life. And that a lot of it is giving back to people. Because with that, you can bless other people. You can bless other companies to be opened that people need to have open, okay? So make sure that you guys tune in this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Social Seeds, because we're going to have her here, okay? Absolutely. All right, you guys. I appreciate y'all coming in, and I'm glad that you guys could show up here. Remember that we will be coming in 2 days a week now. Kind of more so one day because Sunday is the start of a new week. But Wednesdays at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, make sure that you guys are here so we can continue in Vibrate Higher Daily, okay? We're on page, I believe, 95 or something like that. That's where we ended. And we're going to continue, okay? The next book, okay, I will be showing you guys that next week. I just have to get it out. It's called Limitless Living. And it's on the lines of allowing yourself to tap into that unlimited potential that you have. It is a book that I got from a Christian bookstore, but it's a really good book, and I think you guys will really like it, okay? All right, you guys. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Well, I'm glad you guys like it. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Y'all make sure that you check out the subscription area. The subscriptions over on this side, I'm surprised it even let me open them up. They will have classes linked to them. You will be able to come in and do different classes with me during the subscription time. It will be for subbies only. On food, nutrition, writing, journaling, art therapy. We're even going to get into plant therapy, garden therapy. I'm going to teach you guys different ways to continue your healing from the inside out. Okay? You too, Casey. Thank you so much. Well, thanks so much, Suzanne. I hope you'll come back and join us, okay? Thank you so much. I hope that you guys have a good rest of your day.